This person has a pretty common question about why we have to space perennials so far apart. So let me just mention about perennials. The first year they're going to sleep. The second year they're going to creep. And the third year they're going to leap. So what that means is the first 2 years, there's going to be a lot of space in between the plants when you plant them at the 12 to 24 inch spacing. And what I love to do when I put in a garden is to plant out the perennials. And then the first 2 years, since nothing's really going on with them that's above ground, I like to put in annuals to fill in the space. And so by that third year, they will fill in themselves. But in the meantime, I won't have big gaps in between the plants while they are trying to grow and get established. And why don't I want the gaps? I don't want all the gaps because it requires more moisture to the plants. There can be more weed pressure because there's more sunshine that comes down to the soil. And it also, it can allow critters to get in that I don't necessarily want to get in because there's not the brush there. And then when the plants are close together, like if you were to plant the annuals in between the perennials, the annuals will help capture the water as it falls, and that's going to be good for the perennials to get that water. So by that third year, you wouldn't have to plant any kind of anything in between them, but the first two you would. The other part is that many people say, oh, I want just this giant bed of perennials, which sounds romantic and beautiful and wonderful, except that you're going to need space in between to do maintenance. You always have to do maintenance. No matter what you plant, you're going to have to do maintenance. And that's going to be either deadheading, or it's going to be pulling weeds, or maybe you're going to have to add compost. Or maybe you want to switch around some plants. And then by that third year, you may end up having to dig out some plants to divide them up because they would have crowded out the space. So what I recommend with beds is that you don't make them wider than 4 foot. And so let's say you were going to make a 6 foot bed. Then what I would do is put a path in the middle so that each side of the bed is only 3 feet. And because you think about it, your arm can reach about 18 inches to 24 inches across. So you want to be able to reach into the bed as far as possible to get the maximum effect for maintenance.